What's going on, everybody? Today I've got to do a little bit of maintenance on this tank behind me, so let's get right into it. So the first order of business that I gotta take care of today is I've gotta set up like a little quarantine tank for this guy right here in the bag. They sold it to me as like a Wyoming white, which I mean I guess it kind of is, but I mean you'll see it better, you know, once I actually get out of the bag. But I mean it has some pretty cool little markings on there. So right now he's in the bag floating in the sump. I don't really want to put him in the sump with that guy just yet. He's a unique little character too, so that's why I kind of thought this guy would fit well with him once you see him. He lost his wife. His wife passed away, so yeah, had to get him a new little tank mate. I'm gonna use this 10-gallon tank that I've got here. I don't know why it's so dark, but yeah, I'm gonna use this 10-gallon tank, and we're gonna kind of set him up like a little temporary home. All right, so the first thing I do on every tank, you gotta rinse it out on the sink to get all the dust off. Paper towel time. So unfortunately, the only place that I have to set this tank is where I have all my phytoplankton cultures. I think it'll be fine, so let's just roll with it. And I pulled that rock from my sump. I've got a couple extra larger rocks in there, so this will pretty much, you know, make this like an instant tank. I don't have to wait for the cycle or anything like that, so it's gonna be good. Just a little bit more. Oh, hey there. I didn't see you. Yeah, I definitely didn't place the camera there either. So, got the power strip. You want to be safe and mount it up somewhere high. You don't want to put it on the ground. You know, you got to do your drip loops and all that, or in case water runs down the plug. You definitely want to be smart and mount this somewhere up top. So the fish's new house isn't the prettiest, definitely not the most decorated, but you know what? It'll work for now, instead of him being in the bag. Because I don't want to put him in my main tank, because I don't know if he has any kind of diseases or anything like that, so we're just going to put him in here. So the fish has already been temperature acclimating for a couple hours now, so I'm just going to open them up, pour them in this little thing here. I'm going to scoop them out, put them in the 10-gallon tank. Oh, I almost forgot. I got some bumblebee snails too. So let's go ahead and put those in there as well. So, next thing on the list, what I have to do is, I'm going to pull out this carbon reactor, the skimmer, clean that. It's pretty gross. And just overall, you know, clean up under the main tank here. I've got to organize all this. I want to add an ATO right here as well. So I've got to clean up a lot of stuff here. You got to get one of these. These are really nice. You can put all the stuff from your sump and everything in here, and even some dry goods stuff if you wanted to. Bring it to your sink. You don't spill, you know, all the water on the floor or whatnot. So you definitely got to get these. And these are like under 20 bucks on Amazon. So I'll put a link in the description if you want to get one. Oh look, there's that extra heater I've been looking for. Do y'all think these alkalinity and calcium is good anymore? Look how yellow they are. Gross. Alright, got all the stuff that we need to clean. Let's bring it to the kitchen. So for pumps like this, that's got all the little, I forget what those little things are called, but I'm just gonna put this in some citric acid. Like normally I use the bulk resupply citric acid, but this time I'm trying this stuff right here. Got it from Amazon. I don't remember exactly how much I paid for it, but it's a lot cheaper than the bulk resupply one. So let's see if it works. All right, so that was a job there. So now I've got everything put up. I'm gonna go ahead and hook up this ATO container right here. So I'm gonna have to install like the little Neptune ATK little module and, you know, put the pump in here and all that stuff. I wanna also put some new reagents in my Trident, and so I need to actually 3D print like those little cones that go, you know, in the actual reagent bottle, so it can get the reagents that's lower in the bottle. So let's do that real quick. And this is just kind of a little side tangent here. If any of y'all have 3D printed before or are looking to get into 3D printing, this one right here, it's a beast. I mean, you can print up to 4 filaments at a time, and it just, you know, it does it for you. You don't have to stop it, change the filter, change the filament, anything like that. It just automatically does it. And you don't have to level the bed or anything like that. This is my second printer. My first printer was the Ender 3 V2, and I mean, you kind of see where it's sitting right now. Like this one right here is definitely taken over. Right, so I've got this file here. I just downloaded it off Thingiverse, and then I made 3 of them. Well, I'm gonna print this in PETG. So let's just slice it. Wait a minute, okay, so we got 100% infill. We're gonna slice. And I've got my PETG on slot number 2. So we just do like that, send it to the printer, confirm, and there we go. So in about 36 minutes or so, I'll have these little cones printed out. So this lines up the needle, so you know it's straight. As you can see there, it's not going to be turned that way or that way, and it can't reach all the way down to the bottle. I installed the FMM module for the auto top off for the Neptune ATK. I've got it installed just right in there. Got my RODI tubing kind of hooked up so it's not like all over the place. Got the Trident reagents replaced, and it's just kind of doing its calibration right now, but it'll be done here in a little bit. So overall, it looks much nicer in here. It's much more organized. Took out a lot of things that didn't need to be here, and I put some things here that needed to be here. Someone found the cleaning towel. I seem to have lost my clear frag rack. It's clear, I don't know where it went. Oh, found it. So in about 6 days, my club that I'm a part of here locally is gonna have a frag swap. So I need to pull out a few of my little bounces here and sell those so I can have a little bit of money to buy more corals. That's why I needed the frag rack. Anyways, I'm gonna show you the corals I picked out. I picked up these filters and everything from Bulk Resupply. This is the DI resin. Here's the membrane I got. It's a 75 gallon per day membrane. I've got sediment filter here. This is 5 micron. And then another one. And I've got these 2 carbon blocks here. So this one doesn't have as much water. And when you're putting these on, you don't want to crank on them super hard, just a little bit. It's kind of like a bulkhead, you know, you don't want to crank down really hard on your bulkhead or else it'll kind of flatten it and basically make the steel, you know, not as effective. Alright, so this part right here can be a little intimidating to people. You just have your raw resin right here. It's not in a container like this. I like to just manually do mine. For one, it's a lot cheaper and it's easy, unless you're like Schumann. So, but anyways, I'm gonna show you how to do this. It's not hard at all. So you want to turn it upside down. This is the screw cap right here. Set it to the side. You should have a filter or whatnot in there. Take that out, and yeah, look at all that. It's like the golden brown color. Almost, hold on. It's almost like this beautiful Isochrysis galbana that I cultured up. All right, so basically we're just gonna dump all this stuff because it's already used. And the way you can tell it's used is it's this color, it's brown. Normally it's gonna be like a blue color. And I'm only specifically talking about the resin that is mixed. All right, now I'm just gonna rinse this out because there's still, you know, some debris in there. I wanna get that out. You can rinse it out with tap water. It's fine, it's not gonna hurt anything. Now I'm gonna rinse this little filter thing that I have. But now you're gonna wanna fill this up with your resin. I got this little funnel here. I think it came with like the bulk resupply, alkalinity, and calcium jugs. So I just use this for the resin since it has a wider opening than like your normal kitchen funnels. You gotta be very careful when opening this. You don't just wanna like tear this off and then resin's gonna go everywhere. So I just normally use some scissors. There we go. That's about as big as a hole as I want, so it can go in this funnel here. All right, it could get clogged up just like it did here. That's why they made shish kebab sticks. So it looks like it's almost full, but what you have to do is you have to pack that down in there so you can get more in there. The tighter you have all the resin together, the better this is gonna perform. You don't want a whole bunch of air pockets where water can just go through it and then your TDS is gonna be higher that way. So now I need to find something to pack this with. I was gonna make a little plunger with my 3D printer, but I just kinda forgot to do it, so I think I just found something I can use. All right, so I'm just gonna use this bottle here. Oh yeah, much better. Now I gotta rinse this off. I don't wanna use tap water. I'm gonna use like some drinking water or some distilled water because I don't want it to use up any of the resin at all. Well, let's put it back in here. Upside down. There we go, we're ready to install this filter. The way my RODI system flows is it comes in here, goes through this one, and then it goes right here to the carbon block, second carbon block, then it goes up to the membrane, and then it goes to the DI resin. So when I replace these two carbon blocks here, it's gonna come sediment, carbon. I want this to be a 5 micron carbon filter and this one to be a 1 micron carbon filter. 1 micron's a little bit overkill, honestly. I could just go for 2 5 microns, but I like to just have that 1 micron just for a little extra protection. You can see here, this is the 5 micron carbon filter and this is the 1 micron carbon filter. Got the 5 micron and the 1 micron. Now that all that's done, you know, turn your water on. You're probably gonna have some leaks, so you'll have to tighten it up a little bit. Hey, if you're still watching this video right now, put your favorite corals in the comments so I know who's actually watching my videos. Oh yeah, we're having some major leaks. I'm ready this time. Okay, so I got some leaks here. Okay, so what I just learned there is that the seals on these is no good because I only hand tighten these right here and you can see there's no leaks. So I need to get some more seals. Once you have all your new filters installed, you want to run it for at least a good hour, maybe 2 hours, just to kind of let all the chemicals that's on the actual filters kind of run off before you add any water to your tank. So I got to give the fish their little afternoon snack. Add some LRS, some PE mysis, add a little bit of Hikari seaweed extract, and a little bit of TDO. Top it off with some Isochrysis phytoplankton. And we put a couple of drops of cell corn. and then let it defrost for a little bit longer. I feed them that twice a day because the clownfish here, they started laying eggs. My pH has been a little bit high, so I think I need to recalibrate my probes. If I look at the history here, it's showing like the average is 8.51, which is just a little bit too high for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and recalibrate the pH probe. I'm gonna open up the apex here. Click on the little gear for your pH. I'm gonna click on advanced and then do manual calibration. Okay, so we got the solutions down here. It says 7 and 10. So that's what we want to do. All right, so we got to put it in the pH 7 calibration fluid. I like to just cut mine like at an angle right there. I don't want to cut the whole thing off. Try to get as much RODI water off that as I can. All right, so we put it in here. Jiggle it around a little bit. And let's hit calibrate. The confidence meter should go up as it calibrates. There you go, it just went to about 30%. Kind of jiggle it around a little bit. Okay, so it's at 100% now. So I'm gonna hit next. I'm gonna take it out of this solution, put the probe right back in the RODI. Pretty much just do the same thing with the 10.0 pH solution. All right, so we're at 100. Next. And then the calibration is complete now, so I'm gonna do done. So I just put it back in the 7 calibration fluid, and the apex shows 7 now, so put this in the RODI water once again. Just rinse off all the calibration fluid, and then I'm gonna put it back in the tank. So I'm glad I did the pH calibration because my pH is now 7.9. It's a lot lower than I thought it was gonna be. Since I went ahead and calibrated my pH, I'm gonna go ahead and make a refractometer calibration solution. And all you basically need is RODI water and Morton's salt, the iodized salt, and a scale. And that's pretty much it. I got this from like the post office. You just want any scale that will measure in grams. I've got a little stir plate right here. That's just gonna make it easier for me just to mix it up and get it done quicker. To mix up a 1.026 specific gravity solution, you want to do 6.20 grams of salt. All right, so this scale couldn't get the amount that I wanted, so I got this little bitty pocket scale. You know the ones. These are the ones that the drug dealers use. So we need 6.20 grams of salt. All right, there we go. 6.20 grams of salt. So now I need 161 grams of fresh water. 161 grams. Now I'm gonna take this water, put it on my stir plate. Then I'm just gonna add the salt in. So this is done. I'm gonna go ahead and bottle it up. There we go. Now I got my refractometer calibration solution. So I wish the camera could pick this up, but this is spot on 1.026. I'm also going to make a solution of nitrate for my tank. Right now my nitrates in the tank are about 2.8 parts per million, which is super low. So I'm going to make this solution to buffer it up. Alright, so what I got here, I've got a heat plate and a stir plate. It's all in one. So I'm going to turn on the stir, just to get it going just a little bit. I've got 500 milliliters of water, and I need to add 155 grams of this nitrate powder. All right. I'm just gonna let this mix up now until it's completely clear and then put it in a bottle. So you can make this yourself. This is just a potassium nitrate, it's KNO3. I forget the name of the website where I bought it, but I'll put the name of the website on the bottom of the screen here. And just like your refractometer calibration solution you can make at home, it's just iodized salt from your grocery store. Well folks, that's gonna do it for this one. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button. If you wanna see more videos, tap that subscribe button, and I'll see you later. If you wanna watch another one of my videos, YouTube thinks this video on your screen now is a good one to watch.